Hi everyone, I'm Kill2 here with Michael Bolton for the last match before the break on day 1 of Alliance Tournament 9. We have Unaffiliated versus the glorious Hydra Reloaded. Unaffiliated on your left in red, fielding a pair of Drakes, 3 Tengus, a Scimitar, 2 Sabers, and a Carries.
And the terrible Hydra Reloaded on your right, fielding 3 Sipners, a Scimitar, a Hugin, 2 Nemesis, and 3 Carries.
There's actually 3 Sabers for the unaffiliated team. I said 2 because I forgot to lock one, but you guys can see it just fine, so we won't worry about that. I think this is going to be a complete rout in favor of Hydra. We saw a team like what Unaffiliated brought earlier with the Tengus and the Drakes. There'll be a lot of damps, and that's fine against a Nightmare and a couple other slow ships that they fought before. But in this match, obviously a lot of speed and some damps of their own in the form of those carries on this Hydra team. I think they're just going to run them down. They're going to do just fine. What do you think, Michael Bolton?
I think that while the Hydra team probably has the better loadout, I think that Karma is really going to come against them. I think that any alliance that would have you in it is probably not going to do well in the Alliance tournament.
Well, you might be surprised. We're about to start. Actually, we're starting right now. The beginning ranges were maybe 50K-ish. Hydra actually, or Unaffiliated came in at range. Oh my god, already an unaffiliated ship has died. And there is a lot of damps, which is to be expected, so it might take a sec before damage really gets started here. But I think the big problem for Unaffiliated in this match is that they're going to lack any way to slow down these Hydra ships. They don't have enough webs to keep these Slipners from doing whatever they want. So
yeah, agreed. I think that the biggest problem they're going to have, too, is that their Tengus and Drakes, even with their insane missile range, will not be able to ever lock anything.
By the way, I said a ship died. Actually, no ship died. I just looked from the screen that had the last Saber lock to the screen that didn't and assumed it died while I was in between. But in fact, it's still hanging on there. So that one Saber taking damage. I'm a little surprised that still we have no damage applied. The carry's starting to take a bit of damage from the unaffiliated team, but the logistics for Hydra having no trouble keeping them up. So for now, everyone's still just kind of running around the field trying to avoid getting under anything real brutal. There we go, a Drake now taking a good amount of damage.
Yeah, very true. You may have seen those carries really bouncing back and forth. Those Scimitar, I think, probably have them pre-locked because 2 or 3 volleys from the Drakes and those Tengus will instantly pop any of those carries, and they're a tremendous part of the damp setup.
This Drake falling fast. Interesting, there's a lot of target painting going on. That's something that we ended up talking about more and more last tournament as it became obvious that it's really important for setups, especially setups with bombers, I guess. So the Hydra Hugin's starting to take some damage as well as the carries, but this first Drake is popping as we speak. So that's first blood, I guess, for Hydra.
No, very true. And once again, Unaffiliated chose to field less than the full 10 members, I believe, and traditionally is not good luck and statistically not a smart choice for an alliance that's fielding a team. Most of the damage coming into the Hydra Reload team is being repped up fairly quickly. They've started applying damage to the Scimitar. I think that's going to be their only chance to really start killing some ships on the Hydra Reload team if the Scimitar goes down.
And there goes the first Saber for the unaffiliated team. Hydra's still totally comfortable, not taking any damage. In case anyone's wondering, the Sabers on the field pushing around 2,500 meters a second. The Slipners around 1,500. And looks like the Tengu's hovering around 1,000, maybe 1,200. Of course, they have to kind of try and manage their caps, so they're bobbing between 600 or 800 if they don't feel like anyone's chasing them, and then back up to 1,200. Ships just popping all over the place now. All Sabers gone for unaffiliated. They're just left now with their 4 missile ships and their logistics.
Interestingly, this unaffiliated team, you may remember from a few matches ago, fielded a very similar team that I believe was victorious. But I think against this heavy damp team, it's going to be very difficult for them to pull anything out.
You'll notice also Hydra did lose a carries. That wasn't because someone killed it. It's because it left the field. So boundary violation resulted in 1 loss there, which is good news for unaffiliated, but just an electronic tac frig, so not a big deal. It's actually something that's sort of worth talking about. It's hard for us to see a lot of the time, but for these ships that are really fast, like a carry, these carries are pushing over 3K meters a second. The arena is really not that large, and it's pretty easy to go sliding out. So clearly no reason to blame a pilot there. It's just too difficult to keep a ship that fast under control. Wouldn't you say, Michael Bolton?
I agree. I think that they may have just done it on purpose just to give CCP Shriek something to do.
It could be, and he does love popping those ships, I'm sure. So now the unaffiliated Scimitar taking most of the damage necessary to take it off the field. It still seems like HYDRA's having some difficulty kind of rounding these ships up. The field is just total chaos. There's ships all over the place. The Scimitar that's real low actually doesn't have any of the big ships near it. There's none of the Slipners are anywhere near it. I guess it's taking damage from the bombers mostly, because it's still taking damage, but there's just nothing all that close.
It is being target painted though, and most of the Scimitar's tank is very much of it is much in sig radius. So with those target painters,
Right.
it's going to take a lot of damage. It just goes down now.
Yep, absolutely. So he's dead. 4 ships to go. And everything's still moving fast. Like I said, the Tengu's going 1,500 meters a second. Actually, the Tengu's chipping away at this Scimitar. So, they might be able to take him out by the end of this match. The Tengu's are really efficient. They do a good amount of damage. I would think that HYDRA would be able to keep this under control, but we don't see a ton of shield ret bots, which we've seen from some of the other teams. HYDRA sticking to... let me peek. Looks like there is some shield bots, but not many. A couple damage drones on the field as well. So
yeah, none of them appear to be delivering any shield to that Scimitar, and it's about to go
wow,
down.
yeah, he goes down. So Unaffiliated are going to come away from this match with some points, which is actually real good. I mean, this group is so nasty that getting anything you can, I guess, against PL or HYDRA is going to be a victory. Although this clearly doesn't look good for them necessarily.
Yeah, no, I think that it's. A big part of this group is these powerhouse teams like HYDRA and PL trying to pick what teams they want to field and show their hand real early, because if they get cocky and maybe field their 3rd or 4th best setup and lose, it's going to be very hard for them to get knocked out in the first round.
Definitely, this is not a group where you can pull too many punches, because all the teams in it are totally competent except for. I guess Ushrakan did bring sacrileges in
maybe they had
Fleet
some
Typhoon, so
maybe
I'm
they
not
had
sure.
some super secret fit that we just can't. Our minds are not at a high enough level to understand.
It seems
perhaps
pretty
they were
likely that
role-playing.
your mind isn't capable. I mean,
well, keep in mind that I have been up since 4 in the morning. So.
So this Hugin, the Scimitar did go down for HYDRA. They might actually lose a Hugin by the end of this match. On the other side, the second Drake about to drop, and they did lose a Tengu. So Unaffiliated now left with just 2 Tengus on the field, and those 2 Tengus are going to be trying to earn some more points before the end of this match by taking out that Hugin, presumably. But
now, if this Hugin goes down, it's entirely possible that they might be able to pop maybe 1 or 2 of the Nemesis or carries before they lose all of their ships. And it's just at this point trying to claw as many points from the jaws of defeat as they possibly can.
Absolutely. I've angered a GM who's really proud to be blowing up ships that violate boundaries. CCP's in Zernurtra? I'm not totally sure.
Zernitra?
But it's not Sriegs, and he wants his credit for destroying those ships. We're about to lose the second to last Tengu. So
yeah, this Tengu is about to go down. We should really thank all of the CCP devs backstage who make this Alliance tournament possible. Without them, we're just sort of some mindless guys they invited to Iceland who just talk about spaceships. But they're the guys who really run this whole thing and make it possible.
I guess they just make us carry stuff around. I don't know if they deserve that much credit. Last Tengu now. These Slipners that were spread all over the field should be making their way over to get as much damage as they can, and won't be much longer.
Yeah, no.
HYDRA, we're gonna have. I think it's really likely we're gonna have HYDRA and PL coming out of this group. They're gonna get split, sent to opposite sides of the bracket, and we could be looking at a repeat of last year's finals.
I think.
What do you think about that?
That's very likely, but that is absolutely not what I want to see.
That is what I want to see, and this was one step in that direction as HYDRA takes down their first match, and we'll go back to the studio.